There we go.
All right. The light has gone green, and I have control back of the game. Oh. So it is.
What? Oh,
sorry. Momentary drop.
Let's see. It was fluctuating a little bit there, but seems to have stabilized.
I think we just had one burst of frame drops, but nothing is continuing, so we seem to be good.
Yep.
All right.
So thank you for joining us again for another Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming. Oh my God, shut up.
Oh, it's not like it's making noise.
As we return to our playthrough of SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays and unfortunately have to start Seed. I am, as always, Bograt.
I am the Krampus.
I'm Shiv.
I'm Hunter Green.
And I have subjected these people to Seed.
Not me.
Not you. Well, yeah, you didn't want to subject yourself to Seed, and I don't blame you.
Somehow, I'm the smart one this time. That being said, this will actually be somewhat of an interesting playthrough because even though, typically speaking, among our group, I'm one of sort of our two Gundam experts, I guess would probably put it best. I have never actually watched the entirety of Seed because I refuse to. I made it about 16 episodes into Seed and gave the fuck up because it's bad. So, like, this will actually be pretty much the first time we're ever actually doing, honestly, anything. Because also, as far as, like, mecha anime go, I'm typically one of the more knowledgeable in our group about that, even. So when we're doing, like... Oh, we're hitting red again. Okay, we're good. Even when we are doing like Super Robot Wars, I typically know a fair amount about the stuff we're doing. But yeah, this will be one of the first times where we're actually getting into something where
Twitch, calm down.
Which apparently hates Seed.
deservedly.
So
Trying to save you. Wait till Destiny, Twitch. Wait till Destiny. Seed is fine.
Yeah, Twitch. Twitch has been having issues for a lot of people past week.
Yeah. Okay, we're calm again, it seems, so...
Yeah, I'm just going to give it a few just because it's been
Yeah.
freaking out every like 10-ish seconds or so. All right, seems to have mostly held stable for kind of longer than I've seen it so far since we started.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I really know, I'm going to know maybe the first scenario or two as we're doing Seed. And even then I watched it once, probably 10 years ago. So don't really remember a whole lot. Yeah, so it'll be interesting because these guys, as they mentioned, are currently actively watching through it. They made it through Seed and are just started Seed Destiny. So they're going to know a lot more about what's going on than I am. I'm also not going to care, if I'm being totally honest. If I wasn't doing this for stream, I would just be hitting the fucking panel button to skip through all the storyline in this.
It's fine. It gives us plenty of time to talk over the cutscene. Which, in fairness, this is easily the best part of Seed and Seed Destiny is the opening...
Cosmic Era, Year 70.
Yeah.
Bandai had run out of ideas.
No, they're just funny, man. No, like, all of the, like, ideas and potential in this entire series seems to be pretty much front-loaded in the first, I'd say probably 2/3 of Seed.
Yeah.
And this is exactly why I hate Seed.
So I was talking about it with Seal and Squid a little bit before stream here, and one of the things we were talking about is during the aughts, they were struggling a lot to kind of figure out what they wanted to do with Gundam, really, and the writing of the two primary series during that time definitely suffered a lot for it, both the Seed sort of series and 00. The way that I put it is it felt like they had half a really good idea for both of these series and never bothered to take the time to figure out what they wanted to do with the other half, so they just filled it in by photocopying previous Gundam series.
Oh god, I wish they filled in the back half of this by really third of this by photocopying Gundam series and not look up the most cookie color mustache twirling villains you could find and putting them in charge.
I mean, I didn't say they did it well, but they still did it. I mean, that being said, to give Seed credit where credit is due, the music of Seed is quite good. and the suit designs are fine.
I'm glad they brought the important parts of being confused for a boy in the first minute you meet her.
I'd say that the Gundams are fine, the suit designs are okay, and then in Destiny they decide why make new stuff.
Yeah, we're just gonna use one of your war suits. Oh, it's not just Zaku's. You guys probably haven't gotten to the goof yet.
No, we have not yet gotten to the goof or the dom. I'm very glad they didn't actually do that with any of the aquatic suits.
No, the one that's still extremely funny to me is that they got the squad shooter, the Overwatch style game Gundam Evolution.
Yeah.
And there's a Dom in that game, but it is specifically the Dom Trooper. It is not a Dom, it is a Dom Trooper. So it is specifically the Seed Destiny Dom.
That way they can justify being more powerful than it should be.
Honestly,
need
the
justification.
They don't justify it for
okay.
Gundam Evolution.
yeah, honestly, the Gundam Evolution, like, dude, fucking one of the things is the gun tank, and the gun tank can stand on equal footing with the fucking Exia, so.
And the gun tank has the best ult.
The gun tank does have the best ult, it's reused sacrifice.
Yeah, Gundam Evolution is just a, hero shooter.
Yeah,
It doesn't care about balance.
there's no
Gotcha.
actual
At least
story
as
or
far as,
anything.
making these suits canonically their strength. Gundam Battle Operation, how on the other hand,
Yes.
basically applies point stats to every single suit, and like
So the balance
how weaker
is-
suit.
Yeah, the balance
gives
is that
up
it's
less
worth
points
it's
when it
worth
gets
less
to
when you get fucked up by going out in a fucking worker
having
Zaku.
Like a GPO2 or like a GPO2 cut you in half.
Such a traitorous dog.
I wish GBO2 weren't fuck garbage on PC.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still technically working on it, so hopefully at some point it'll function. But
Still on PS4 if you want to play it.
yeah, but that would require me actually switching the input on my TV, and I have no idea where the remote is.
That would require me to rehook up the PS4. I only have so many inputs on my TV.
Get a splitter.
I mean, I have the PS5 hooked up. I don't really need the PS4 hooked up as well.
If you want to play Battle Operation, you do.
They have a PS5 version.
Oh, well, then you're fine.
Catherine,
That would require me to waste space.
how do you feel about boats?
I've brought my fishing knife.
I always forget that Kira wears a choker.
Yep.
Yeah.
They try so hard to dress him like a bad boy, but he's not. He's the softest of soft boys.
Early 2000s Bishy, what the fuck do you want?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Remember before, if you feel it coming, you can just hit the button on the thing. It's gonna be on the bottom.
Yeah, I can feel it there.
Heliopolis, an extremely destructible colony.
So a colony.
Yeah, I was gonna say, none of them are exactly sturdy, my dude.
No, but
Quite literally, we have instances of colonies in UC being penetrated by the machine gun fire from a Zaku.
though surprisingly, this one does not attract nuclear munitions.
No.
Yeah, so to be more precise,
You guys suck. Give us Crown, Denim, and Jean.
when I say I hate this series, it's more accurate to say after playing through this game, I actually really started to hate Seed. Because it
Look, it's
just
Nickel.
kind of slowly highlights everything they dropped the ball on.
Yep, it's nickel. He's 15, you know.
He plays
I heard he
piano.
likes to play the piano.
When we get to that part,
Did he play that one song from Ghost Stories too many times? Is that why he died?
No, that would imply he is the creepy doll.
Yeah. Now, when we get to that part, I'm probably gonna have the rant ready.
You're awful generous to believe I'm not going to have it on a button by that point.
I mean, if you have the actual vocal for it, do it.
It needs to be the 2 times sped up version, though. Because that's how we. It's gonna be weird if I hear it too serious.
Oh, I specifically meant the copy pasta one.
Or I can go grab it and I can put a laugh track behind it. It was 15.
I do love how the SD Jin's fit is like the size of the suit itself.
Good lord, that thing is huge.
We never should have trusted Rusty.
Of course, you shouldn't trust him. He was voiced by TM Revolution.
Ted Turner, what have you done? Madman is over here colorizing my Gundams.
Behold, transphase armor.
Can we talk for a moment how that is genuinely the stupidest visual effect in all of Gundam?
I don't know about the stupidest visual effect in all of, in any, as a matter of fact, not the stupidest visual effect in Seed, but we'll point it out later. So Seed is kind of takes place in the like early pioneer era of CGI visuals, and there are some really terrible things that actually give that a run for its money.
Like,
as
I'm not
far as
talking about,
mechanically, just a suit that transforms color-wise to show that it has like protective armor for physical attacks. Yeah, it's dumb as shit.
Like, I'm not talking about,
I agree on that.
Yeah, I'm not talking about it in the sense of like, oh, it's bad CGI. Like, who gives a shit about it being bad CGI? Like, whatever. It's early 2000s. Like, that's going to happen. I just mean, like, who was sitting in the design meeting and was like, what if it starts as gray and black and turns into Gundam colors when the transphase armor activates?
Someone has probably watched a lot of Transformers, considering that's a thing in the Transformers series.
I'm probably going to say it has something to do with a visual cue that the armor had, or the battery had run out. Not that it, stops the suits from moving in the first place.
Well, the transphase armor is some sort of projection of some sort, so it adding. You could justify it via bullshit pseudoscience. It's just you really don't need to. Why the hell wouldn't they? Just paint them?
In universe, my thought would be for people to, aces to customize the look of their mobile suit.
Okay, but
Why use paint when we can just have it be?
Okay, but here's my question: why would you want a visual signal to your enemy that you've activated your defensive system?
No, I agree. That's fucking dumb.
So when it comes to defensive systems in this universe, a lot of them are reliant on like energy and projection. So that's kind of a write out. You're going to basically signal people that you activate them.
Though to be fair, if I had,
I'm just saying though, like what? Okay, if it's programmable and I can choose what color it is, cool. I'm going to choose it to look exactly like it does when it's not active.
Precisely.
Yeah, exactly.
His battery out. Let's go. I didn't do shit to him. Fuck. I mean, it's one of those things where they kind of have to have the Gundam jacking here, because nothing that Zaft has is an energy weapon at this point. So yeah, no, like nothing would touch the Gundams if the Gundams hadn't been stolen. Also, why
Sorry,
is
game
every
locked up for a
military
second
product,
there.
Okay.
It does that occasionally.
Why does every military product in or project in a Gundam series just have no password protection whatsoever on these experimental suits?
In fairness, they didn't even have the OS built very well. They could only be used by literally the opposing force exclusively. So no part of this makes any sense, okay?
I mean, they literally had part of the opposing force programming it for them, even though he didn't know it.
I have knives.
Well, this project. Well, they were working alongside Orb at the
Stab
time,
you
which
into
were technically
titties.
Neutral. Because Orb
Oh, I'm
wanted
referring.
their own
I'm
mobile
referring
suits.
to Kira. Kira is literally programming part of the system for before this happens.
Yeah.
That's what he was working on at that facility. He didn't know, which is why he's able to adapt it so quickly here. Is the simple point of, oh, this is my program. This is what it's meant for. I guess I'll fix it to actually work.
You
Which-
get back here.
A, makes enough sense, and B, yeah, it's not like they're going to know that he's not a natural or a coordinator because there's no actual visual distinction between a natural and a coordinator.
They-
Coordinators could very easily infiltrate the entirety of the Earth Alliance without much effort.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a neutral
I mean, they
colony.
don't, and no one actually brings this up
Yeah.
because this require thoughtful writing, but...
Yeah, I know.
It's one of the various other parts of the series that doesn't actually make any damn sense. Like, for example, the timeline of coordinators.
I mean, can't they just infiltrate? Because it seems like anyone who sees a coordinator immediately knows their coordinator.
No, Kira passed as a natural the entire time he was here.
No, he didn't.
No,
They literally all knew he was a coordinator.
I thought they had to mention that he was.
No,
No, they knew that Kira was a coordinator.
it's why it surprised the military folk because they didn't know. Everyone who was working
Everyone
on the
at the
program
facility was working with him was just like, yeah, no, he's a coordinator.
Helio Bullis was a completely neutral colony. It had both naturals and coordinators on it.
But yeah,
Neutral colony.
Yes, neutral. Well,
no,
it had the company from Orb doing the shit.
It was Morgan Road doing
as,
things.
as
It's-
neutral as any colony in Gundam ever is.
It's
We're side 7. We're neutral. Yes, we have a secret Federation development team here.
it's as neutral as Anaheim Electronics, basically.
Yeah.
The crescent. Or croissant.
I like what we had before they actually gave us official spelling for it, where it was just Raw La Cruz.
Do you,
That crew is raw.
do you think there's a whole bunch of other people with stupid masks like that, and they occasionally meet up to have fights like Beatles?
Only in a just universe.
So, like most masked men, he's wearing that mask to hide his identity from like one opposing enemy pilot. It's really fucking.
Yeah, no kidding.
No one else is going to recognize him. It's.
I always forget how stupid her outfit was.
Honestly, most of the outfits in this are
I mean,
stupid.
yes,
Yes.
the red straps right
How,
there.
how many buckles does somebody need? Who designed Kira? You fucking
Especially
Nomura?
that's what's holding
Now,
on
now,
to
he
the
has various
sleeves.
different clothes, including his leather jackets. None of it helps.
Moralia, did your arms get cold? Like, but why?
Dead man talking.
Not yet.
I told you in case, okay? You know, at the time, I'm sure it was just sort of a generic Gundam name, but due to modern slang parlance, Cuzzy Buskirk sounds real dirty now.
Yeah, no, that name did not age well.
Have
Yeah,
my
my
thanks.
thanks.
Now we're going to kidnap all of you. For reasons. Because
You've
the plot
seen
demands
too
it.
much. How would you
Because
like?
the plot demands
I was gonna
it.
say, how would you like to become crew?
Why do you need to know their names?
You're making that up.
I was gonna say, it cuts to her for a second. She snickers a little.
Could be on a boat right now. I have to put up with this
Trying to
shit.
figure that out.
Maybe if I rebuild this, it can be a boat. The head off. And...
It'd actually be kind of cool to have a boat that can change color. mean, it's dumb for a robot. For a boat, that would actually be kind of interesting.
Yeah, many they use the technology for like all types of things for changing color, phase shift buildings, phase shift cars.
Do you think this V-fin would work as an anchor?
I wonder if I can design a strike pack that can let dive underwater.
So while they're busy talking about things we don't care about, I finally found the list. We about this is the Strike Gundam.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
going to pull up the list of acronyms?
Yes. So this is the
Yes.
Strike Gundam.
Yeah, so just to explain this, by the way, in the universe of Seed, Gundam is an acronym. What is an acronym for? Well, that depends upon which Gundam
Which
you're
Gundam
talking
it is.
about.
It's technically the name of the operation system.
Yeah, it's
is
the OS.
Gundam. These ones, basically all the first five.
So the first
The
gen.
GAT series.
The Duel, the Buster, the Strike, the Blitz, and the Aegis are all use the General Unilateral Neurolink Dispersive Autonomic Maneuver System.
Later on, it will be
It will be
damn near
different.
individual.
Yeah.
Like I think there's like one or two others that have that are like there are like two of them that use the same acronym, but past this point, it is almost entirely like each one is different.
In Seed Destiny, 3 of them use the same one, and I think near the end, 2 of them have the same one, but every other one is the same.
It's also worth noting that all these Gundams are part of the GAT-X line,
Yeah.
which is Gressorial Armament Tactical Experimental.
Yes.
Because they love acronyms in this series.
They absolutely love acronyms in this series. Yeah, to some extent, the acronym changes based on what's using as a power source and what generation it is.
Yep.
So to go over something we probably talked over, the Minovsky particle of this universe are neutron jammers, which basically just prevents nuclear reactions. So unlike in the Universal Century, none of the mobile suits are powered by nuclear reactors. They have to use
Asterisk.
batteries.
Asterisk.
Yeah. For now, none of the mobile suits are powered by nuclear reactors. This will get stupid later.
Yes. End jammers are a thing, which just stop nuclear reactions. Don't ask how this actually works. And then later on,
And also have a bunch of other properties that,
don't ask how this works.
or have other properties that kind of mimic Minovsky particles as well as communications.
Yeah,
and
because they
sensor
have to do a little bit
interference and
more
stuff.
than just the end jammers, because the end jammers
Yeah.
are very specific. Like they stop nuclear reaction. They do not do all the other bullshit that Minovsky particles are necessary to justify shit happening in UC.
And then later
Oh, look,
on-
it's Natalie Badgirl.
Yep. I think I may still have an old fan sub from when this was first airing that actually had that as her name in the subs because they were unsure what they were trying to say.
And then,
I mean, her name is actually Natalie Badgirl, but
yeah.
it's Natalie Badgirl.
eventually
She's
they
a fucking
just
No More Heroes boss.
have nukes anyways.
That's not the only name that they're going to do.
Anti-end jammers.
Yes.
Yes.
That is
We'll
not
get
the
there.
only name that they are having in this franchise, or specifically Seed and Seed Destiny, that doesn't just sound like something else. Seed Destiny has one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, so nuclear and nuclear-related technology tends to be more of a plant and zaft thing, whereas mobile suit technology kind of gets traded back and forth for whoever has the better technology at the moment. Even more so because everyone keeps stealing everyone else's suits.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, every Gundam in Seed changes hands at least 3 times.
Gundam X had it right where you remove the joystick as a key.
We have
It
addressed
had a
this. It
key.
works. We've addressed this. It works perfectly fine until some rapscallion breaks into the safe in your office and just steals the fucking handle.
But at
Because
least that's-
Garrod is the best.
At
At
least
least
that's
that
still
required
a
another
key.
step.
I mean, did it though? Did it really? It's not like it took him time to break into that safe. Some dumb fuck made the combination to his safe 1, 2, 3. Garrod was like, "Sweet, a Gundam."
The worst part of this is, Kira locks down the strike a little bit later, so there actually is the ability to lock people out of suits.
Yep.
They
In
just
this
chose
universe,
not
they
to.
just didn't.
Just don't. Yeah.
It's fine. The only people who could steal this would be our opposing force, because you need to be coordinator to actually run the damn
You mean
things.
the people who already stole?
Yes.
3 of them.
4.
4.
4, yeah.
There's 5 of them. It's a 5-man
five.
band,
That's right.
sort of.
We always think 3 because everyone forgets Nicole.
Which is, in a way, a shame because he actually has the most interesting suit of the one of the ones that were on that side.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
Anytime Mula Flaga shows up, there's at least a 60% chance something stupid is about to happen.
Ulaflaga, probably one of the best characters in Seed, actually.
Yeah.
It's the only one that keeps the thing entertaining, because again,
Yes.
anytime he shows up, there's a 60% chance something really stupid is about to happen.
He's also the only person who recognizes what the hell a sense of humor is.
He's also like one of the few competent pilots who isn't a coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that literally. Squish, 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 squish.
He's also the only non-coordinator pilot who gets that much screen time, so that's kind of almost a victory by default.
I mean, even those we do see get screen time, usually it's, I'm dead!
Yeah, it's Nameless Grunt Guy 1 or Nameless Grunt Guy 2.
I mean, we got
Granted,
a named
there's a
one
lot of
coming up.
I mean, there's also a lot of coordinator pilots of Jins who will die horribly.
But yeah, no, Mula Flaga is one of the only non-coordinator pilots who actually fights coordinators and doesn't die horribly.
Yes.
But that's because he's a new type.
Yes.
Yes. He has spatial awareness.
He is one of the 3 new types.
2. Okay, it's available whether
Asterisk.
or not... Asterisk is available whether or not Kira is a new type.
I was
From further
actually-
reading, they actually do explain why his Dragoon system works. It is actually modified so you don't need spatial awareness to use
I
it.
actually was not referring to Kira in this one.
Okay.
I was referring to Rey in Sea Destiny.
Okay, yes, I guess. Yeah, he would be one. By virtue.
Yep. No, Virtue is 00.
Knock it off, we could do that with every single word in the English language.
Not every single word in the English language, just ones related to like freedom or justice or virtue or
Providence.
providence or testament or
Destiny,
Calamity.
or why did you name this Chaos?
destroy.
Gaia.
I know the
Most
naming
people are
systems
cartoonishly evil and don't even try to hide it.
I know the naming systems they're going for, but it just feels like they're naming off like different names for Ganon throughout the series.
I mean, the thing that's going to be great when we get to 00 is 00. So 00 is just outright a better series than Seed.
That's not
No
hard.
argument.
It. I still don't necessarily think that 00 is good. I think 00 is okay. 00 has, of all Gundam series, probably the dumbest Gundam names of all Gundam names.
Yeah.
And like ostensibly these are presented as to be like, oh well, these are like code names. They're not like the real names of these people. And it's like,
Oh, yeah.
were they like 6 when they chose these?
I'd like to think it was made through an AI.
Chat GPT, I need a code name.
Grave Violento.
Brain Stabby.
You brought it up before I could.
Revive
It's my
Revival.
favorite, so.
A new returner.
A new returner is pretty solid. Like, the characters and honestly, the Gundam names in 00 are all really dumb.
In fairness, the Gundam names are at least going by a theme.
I mean, they are, but by virtue of that, like, I mean, a lot of the stuff in Wing, not necessarily the Gundams, but like all the Oz suits were going by a theme too, and their theme was way cooler. They're the Organization of the Zodiacs. They're all named for Zodiacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's way cooler than just like, random scatter shot of basically words generally associated with like positive concepts.
Flag. Which is still one of my
Raise your
favorite
flag?
grunt suit designs.
No, we'll get there too. At that point, I can stop talking shit about series because it's genuinely one of the best AUs they've ever made. It is the first scenario, so there's going to be a lot of this, but I'm almost certain I'm going to have to start my controller back up when we get back into combat.
I'm pretty sure that's the case.
It will not be nearly as bad for following scenarios.
No.
It's not Wing. Or nobody ever learned to shut the fuck up.
And the combat parts will not be spammy until they are, but... Because the Jins rival the Leos for how much of an expendable grunt suit they are.
Oh, it's fine. As I mentioned previously, we've pretty much... between streams, I basically redid our whole team.
Yeah.
The ones that individual specific people chose for pilot and suit are still around, but almost everything else is different. We've got a couple remaining retained pilots. The Turn A is still here with Laron. The raid group, I would say, probably changed most of all. In the sense that I also moved everyone from the raid group that was somebody's specific choice over, so they're actually on the warship group now.
Okay.
Honestly, more so for logistics and tracking purposes for my own sake than anything else. We are down to, I believe, a single Gundam X right now. I think I might have even replaced Garad in the X, if I remember correctly. Again, partially just because there are some very common defensive traits in Seed. Now, mind you, the grunt units don't have them, but the grunt units aren't what we're ever really all that worried about. Grunt units die when you look at them most of the time, but a lot of the more specific, like named units and the higher end units in this, basically just absolutely fucking ignore physical weapons, or at least a significant chunk of physical weapons.
Yeah, they take like 2,000 off the damage or so.
Which is a significant hampering even for some of the higher end melee suits. So I had to change around a lot of stuff we had, because we had a number of suits that were not wholly melee focused, but pretty heavily melee focused.
Technically, energy melee would not be affected. It is literally physical. So
I think it is physical weapons in general. It's not just physical melee. So
yeah, it is.
Yes.
But we had a number of suits that were very physical heavy. Also, just I switched out a bunch of suits to show off some other stuff too. Switched around some pilots since we got unlocked a couple pilots that I wanted to have in our team because I like the characters. And then also, strictly speaking, threw some stuff in specifically because I wanted a little bit more quote-unquote seed representation on our team while we are going through the seed stuff.
In the most tangential way possible.
In the sense that, like, when we were doing Wing, I had Wing Zero and Hero there. I had Preventer Wind in the Epion Endless Waltz version, so...
Yeah.
Amusingly, I think I did actually bench the some of the stuff we already had that was technically seed related, but again, there are a lot of actually pretty cool suits in this that I do want to show off, so
Yeah, of note, if you're actually in space, so they embedded N-jammers on Earth, killing millions because it turned off nuclear power, which was what they were basically using as an energy source on the planet.
Yep.
But in space, N-jammers aren't necessarily a given. They do have to actually be spread out.
Wow,
and
look
they
at that.
usually are.
It's an officer being an actual reasonable human fucking being. It's like, but you outrank me. Yeah, I may outrank you as a lieutenant, but this isn't my fucking ship. I don't know how the fuck this thing works. You're in charge. Go.
Yeah.
Again, part of the reason why Mulaflaga is actually a good character.
Yes.
He's just like, he's not like, I'm lieutenant, I'm in charge. It's like, no, I outrank you, but I have no idea what the fuck this ship does. It's
I'm a pilot. Go.
It's your ship.
I know nothing about helming a ship. It's...
I mean, there's only one mobile suit on this ship, period. And even if there were others, it's not like anyone else here can pilot a mobile suit currently.
Give it time.
Well, it's more the idea of all the current existing mobile suits are more than a natural can do because there's no OS that can allow them to pilot it.
Don't you get that you're the only one that
I-
can protect the ship and this random group of strangers that appeared?
I'm gonna be honest, that borderline breaks my suspension of disbelief almost by its nature. Also, wouldn't you perfect the OS first and then build the war weapons? It just seems like you did this backwards almost.
I mean, to be
You
fair,
have a lot of faith in the competency of the military-industrial complex.
that.
It's-
And to be fair, they were also developing other mobile suits to use this OS on.
Let me remind you that the U.S. military developed a rifle that fired a nuclear warhead that you could not actually get outside the blast range of.
I mean, you
Yes,
would
but you
need
could
to-
you could pull the trigger on it and it would actually fire at least.
I mean, you would need to put the OS into a suit to test it and make sure it works.
They have simulators, so
I mean, they
yeah.
do have simulators.
Yeah, but how good is a simulator compared to an actual suit? But and
Yeah.
also, that doesn't mean you need to build 5.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, 5
You
completely
need to build
different.
1.
Yeah,
5
you need to build one.
completely
And you know what else you
different
need?
experimental suits.
And the other thing, you don't actually have to put any war weapons on it at all, or the transphase armor.
but I mean, let's be fair, Shiv. Like, he built one, and the other 4 were sitting on the shelf on the sprues. Like, he was gonna do them eventually.
It's a slow weekend, so it's like, why not? Grab another box.
Also, to be fair, they built these for war, so of course they're going to build war weapons for them.
Well, yes, but you don't have to actually like actively be building them while you're still testing the OS.
Like, they do eventually make the OS that lets people use these things about being a coordinator, but,
yes, independently, both Morgan Road and the Earth Alliance.
Well, the Earth
Develop a
Alliance
function
doesn't.
one.
Earth
Yeah,
Alliance
so-
steals it.
So here, by the way, is the new layout of
is the
our
other?
actual our raid team. So Master Asia is now in the Burn Lapius. Domon is still in the Burning Gundam. We got Chin Gingham in the Astray Red Frame Powered Red.
Yes.
We've got our newly unlocked pilot, Soros Harmonia, who is repping the gold Gundam Astray Gold Frame of Matsumina.
Joyce.
We've got
We got
Odin over here in the Creepy.
Yep.
We've got, we'll get to this.
Yes.
This is Soul in the Stargazer. This is, again, so a lot of these, as you may pick up on, so anything that's an Astray is tangentially Seed related. Astray is the, like, sort of common term for the spin-off stuff from Seed, but it's not fucking garbage. So, and there are basically, the Astray comes in a variety of different styles called frames. So there's red frame, blue frame, green frame, gold frame, mirage frame.
So,
I explicitly limited myself to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll get into it more when we get to the actual Astray.
But yes.
But so I explicitly limited myself to one of each frame type, so as to not have a team. There's like, I think 11 red frames in this
you
game,
could almost make your entire force red frames.
and fill in what's left with blue because there's like 6 or 8 blue frames too. But yeah, so those are all, anything that's a Astray such a, something frame is all that. The Stargazer is also set in the same universe, but is, for all intents and purposes, Seed may as well not actually exist as far as Stargazer goes. Like, it's kind of over here in much the same way that
It's-
fucking G Unit was like, yeah, the stuff happened over here, but we're completely focused on our own shit going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
We've still got Mask in the Kamaris Vidar, and then Laughter over here has been moved into our blue frame, which is the blue frame second Lohengrin launcher, because I find it really funny. We are actually going to bench Domon for this one. We've technically already seen the Greepy, because that was in the last one. We've seen the Kamaris Vidar a lot. Go ahead and deploy the Stargazer just to show what that one can do, because it will be a while before we get to Stargazer, because it's the last thing chronologically in Seed.
Yes. It takes place, like,
CE 73.
right.
73. It's literally CE 73 Stargazer.
Yeah, I know. I think that is right before the events of Destiny, or
I think
at
it's
the beginning
during the events of
events.
Destiny.
It's during the events.
yeah.
Right,
But
so
ignore
I think
the
it's like
events.
I think it's like right before and during for the two scenarios. Basically.
so first things first, go think about boats.
So as an semi aside, the Archangel is actually a very solid ship mechanically in this game.
Yes, the Archangel is quite good. It is not actually the second warship we will get, just because I don't really care that much. But we will absolutely be picking up the Ptolemaeus 2 Kai just to have on hand if we ever want to do a double warship thing.
Nice.
That is better than the
Yes.
current one we're using. In the sense that it's better than literally every other warship by virtue of just being faster than every other warship.
Yes. What are you talking about, Miguel? It's a fucking warship. You're going to hit it. It's not going to do anything, but you're probably going to hit it.
Fire the anti-ship cannons.
For those of you that are more familiar with Gundam, you may notice the Archangel looks an awful lot like White Base, because they weren't that original with designs in this series.
No, not really.
To be fair, at this time, part of the thing for Seed was readapting the concepts of the original Mobile Suit Gundam
Badly.
for a younger audience. And yes, very poorly done. But a lot of design concepts are similar to it, which is why in Seed Destiny they just said, fuck it, one of your war suits has acronyms.
Yep. Okay, so because we didn't really get to see a lot of it because it shows up for like one mission, and I think we killed it in one turn.
Yes.
we will show off almost everything the Burn Lapius could do, also because it really amuses me to have Master Asia, the Burn Lapius. Like, he is not as effective as he could be, because the Burn Lapius, as you may figure out, doesn't have the mobile trace system.
Right.
But he's still fucking gross. Right, powered red time. So the thing up here, the red flame, does require super high morale. So we will instead just have to go with the 150 Gerbera straight. This is also being piloted by Jim Gingham, who is from Turn A, and is an absolute fucking berserker madman, and I love him.
A murder machine, you could say.
I'm explicitly not giving him the Turn X because honestly, this is more ridiculous.
Yeah, I forget this has the giant fire.
I mean, what's great is this is not even the most ridiculous red frame. The Red Dragon
isn't.
exists.
Yeah, I know.
It should be noted that was used to cut a colony.
Yes, that was in fact used to cut a colony.
So the idea behind the katanas when the red frame in general is beam sabers take energy. These things work off of battery power, so screw it. I'm just going to use a solid katana.
A really fucking big sword.
Yeah, because it's incredibly energy efficient comparatively.
And later on, it is not just katanas. It is, I have this cool thing that can reconfigure into like a bunch of different weapons, except it's not actually that cool, but please believe it's cool. Please, we designed it. It's really cool. We love it. What if we put 3 of them on there? Shut up. The Red Dragon sucks.
Red Frame is probably piloted by my favorite character in CE.
Yeah, that's fair. So then we got the gold frame Amatsumina. So we did previously have the gold frame Amaterasu, which is a like hyper stylized version of this, basically.
Yeah.
But I honestly, if I'm being totally honest, actually like the regular Amatsumina better.
It is honestly the gold frame design I'm most familiar with, partially because of using Blitz's arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. In truth, it's basically it effectively becomes in the same line as the Blitz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stargazer we'll talk about later when we actually get to Stargazer, but it has bullshit space magic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there is no logical description if I can give of Voltaire Lumiere.
I can go look up the pseudoscience for it. It's silly.
It's bullshit space magic. It is the seed equivalent of the wings of light.
You, Seed has wings of
I
light.
know it does.
It's,
Yes.
But their wings of light suck ass. I'm talking
It's
about
true.
the actual, like, victory wings of light.
yeah. Strangely enough, it uses the same technology as a Stargazer. So it's just that's only used for propulsion as opposed to Stargazer, which adapts the propulsion unit into that
Yeah.
effectively.
And again, is not actually the intended use of the Voltaire Lumiere. Soul is just a fucking madman.
There is a recurring theme of adapting non-military technology for military use in the series.
Also, it's not going to see as much use because it's not as much powerful attack, but I fucking love the Tricero Sky. This
Yeah.
is so stupid.
Behold my ninja needles.
Important to note, full name of this, Offensive Shield System, Tricero Sky. I mean, I guess technically that beam blade emitted from a shield.
Yep.
Also, yes, Voltaire Lumiere is also used as a melee attack.
Well, you know.
Bolted in.
An intentionally appropriate line.
Yeah.
Bye, Miguel. Get a better suit. Sure.
Sure. Why not?
I mean,
An empty slot.
it's not going to do much for him because he's kind of a tank, but this one I will not. So, to address this, as you may have noticed previously, and I'm pretty sure I brought up specifically in the past, my goal was to get most suits up to like 200 energy. A lot of these I'm only going to go to like 150 because they have really low energy cost attacks.
Yeah. That's perfectly fair.
And also, it would take a million years to get things that starting at like 110 energy up to 200. Okay, now time to start deploying my actual team. By the way, I have the Hashmal.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, that's Oshmal. This is an awakened weapon, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that thing's dead.
So the Hashmal, again, we will get to, but it's one of the final things encountered in IBO. This is a AI weapon left over from the Calamity War that basically destroyed humanity.
Reasons they built the Gundam in the first place in that series.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
fight things like this. And also just very funny that it is specifically explicitly an AI weapon that for some reason this game lets you pilot.
Yes.
That seems fair.
There's all the AI weapons are like that. It's why even if you get a Virgo, you actually have to throw a pilot in the Virgo.
And yes, that super hard wire blade is in fact
Fair.
an awakened weapon.
Yeah.
Hence why it's got like range 7 because Jamil has a stupid
Yeah, it has a awakened
awakened stat.
That's why it's easily just the best weapon on that thing.
Yes.
It's actually also the cheapest weapon on that thing.
It's really genuinely its only downside is it has a minimum range of 2.
Yeah. Which is more of a downside when you're an extra large unit.
Yes.
I'm honestly surprised that its strongest attack is that, not like the beam, considering that in the lore, whatever, of IBO, the beam weapons that these things used were so powerful, or were such a damaging thing. They developed
Anti-beam technology.
basically the best anti-beam technology in any Gundam series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, nano-limited armor, which by the way the Hashmal also has.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Basically, past the Calamity War, nothing in IBO uses beam weapons because they just don't work.
Yeah, so to put this in nano-limited armor just takes 3,500 damage off of all beam weapons.
Yeah.
Which means this thing is also going to be hilarious to use throughout Seed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because after a while, there's a lot of beam weapons.
Well, yes, because phase shift becomes the standard for anything that's not a mass-produced suit.
Hi, Atherin.
Bye, Atherin.
Kira's not even there, dude. He's back in the background thinking about boats.
Historic moments.
Yeah, remember that time Atherin got murdered by the Hashmal?
AI super weapon showed up and killed everyone. That totally happened in the first episode or 2.
Much better series.
It is worth noting I did also unlock the Psycho Haro. Once I got the Pluma up to the level necessary to actually turn it into the Hashmal, I turned that into the Hashmal, put the Hashmal and Jamil, sent the Haro over to the raid team, backup raid team that I was using for dispatches, and got 11 levels on it.
Yeah.
It's the Dual Buster and Blitz. Oh no.
Oh no. Slightly more effective suits. Significantly more effective than Jin's, but that's not saying anything.
See, even they were fucking they named 3 of them, and she was like, "You mean they've deployed every captured G weapon?" Even they can't count to 4.
Technically, they already deployed the Aegis. Yes, they managed to capture all of the specialized suits and leave the adaptable main character suit for the main character to get to use. Kind of lucky coincidence on that.
All right, I'll come back to get my gear replaced, but I have a very important question. Do you think I should go for a schooner or a sloop?
How about Downeaster?
Nah. Looking for long term.
Build a Viking Gundam.
Meanwhile, move from the back. I'm kind of a jet ski man myself.
You would be.
It's not a boat.
I like attaching like 4 other jet skis to it by wire and controlling those.
This is the equivalent of somebody talking about RVs and you bring up Vespas. What the fuck? Get out of this conversation, man. I refuse. Cy Argyle. What if Beecha didn't have a personality? That is intended to be just as insulting as it sounds.
Yes, the Ale Striker.
The Aiel Strike.
So more to explain, and because this is actually kind of relevant for the entirety of the series, the Strike, like,
Has mission packs.
has mission packs effectively, called Striker packs. Effectively, this technology gets adopted into a lot of other mobile suits, including mass-produced ones.
Yes.
Hence why the series has a lot of backpack suits, because that's effectively the idea.
The absolute extreme of it being the Astray.
Yeah. The Astrays are kind of more designed after the Strike than anything else, it seems.
Yeah. Again, the Astray being all the different Astray frames, then having like 6 to 8 variants, except the green frame, which just exists.
So the thing is, the Red Frames pilot is an eccentric mechanic and loves to add stuff to frames.
Yes,
he
yes,
also
he does.
Hence why the Red Frame has so many variants. And when it comes to a lot of the other Astray variants, he has a hand in modifying them too.
Yes, most of the Astray variants are like not the actual pilot or anybody directly connected with that particular frame being like, oh, I need to modify this. It's him literally going like, I could put a sword there.
Okay. Well, if we take the Delta and turn it.
Again, we'll get there because we'll get to X-Stray. But I did have to talk to Squid before stream because I showed him the X-Stray and he was like, "Why is that called the X-Stray? That's just the Dreadnought." I said, "No, it's got Dragoons." It's like, yeah, but the Dreadnought was designed to have Dragoons. I was like, yeah, but this is the X-Stray. It's like, why is it the X-Stray? Well, you see, because the Dragoon systems form an X. And it was built as a machine of war, but is being used for peace, so it's straying from its original purpose. Oh, he's a fucking idiot.
Low days are really stray. Okay, Bill's okay.
It's like it's not even an Astray. It's literally the Dreadnought Gundam. So
It is literally classified pretty much everywhere as a Dreadnought variant.
it literally has the same designation as the Dreadnought.
It's basically the complete version of the Dreadnought, which itself is just a prototype of the Providence.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think.
So yeah, here's the rest of the team. So we've got the Double Conti Full Saber with Graham still. We've got Bellry with the G Self Perfect. Got Harry with the heavy arms eagle. We still got Fun Spock over here in the Infinite Justice. Still got Ali Sanchez in the Lord Astray Omega, but our new entries are Descartes Shaman. See previous comments about dumb Gundam names in the Dreadnought H. We've got Guy Murakumo in the Gundam Astray Mirage frame, which is a thing that totally exists. Shut up. And then, like I said, Laurent is still here in the turn A.
Again, we'll get into Astray when we get into Astray.
I'll be honest, I completely forget what series he's from.
Yeah. Oh, Awakening of Astray, little Blazer.
Yeah, he's specifically from the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
So the Mirage frame has a lot of similarities with the Gold frame, but is also a ninja.
Yes, the Mirage colloid system.
Otherwise known as I dare you to try and hit me.
Yes.
Seems to use it better than the Blitz does.
That's because Nicole's a ship pilot.
Yes.
That is fair. Also, he was using it against the people who designed it, and therefore knew its fucking weaknesses.
Yes.
No, Guy over here is actually quite a good pilot.
Yeah.
Yes. So, to be fair to Nicole, he was only 15.
Because we use child soldiers.
That's like most Gundam
Yeah.
pilots. It's not an excuse to not be good.
There's a large propensity of child soldiers in this universe.
Like, as much as I'm defending him with that joke, at the same time, he's also a member of the elites, because he was in a red uniform. Because keeping with Gundam tradition, red uniform means elite.
He was also in a effectively special forces outfit and went on a special forces mission to steal that suit in the first place.
Yes, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
yeah.
Like, as much as I'm joking with the defending on that, like, he was in their elites, which means, yeah, no, he's just a shit pilot.
Yeah, no. I mean, in fairness, every elite unit has to have the worst member of said elite unit. Like,
That's true, but
you know, by default, there's always going to be that one fucker over there.
Did you get into elites via nepotism?
I don't
no.
know.
It's just every other Zaf soldier is that much worse.
Yeah, listen. When Jared Mesa makes your entire crew look like aces, or rather, your entire crew makes Jared Mesa look like an actual ace, like,
I was about to say, most crews
pickings are slim, my
Look like
dude.
aces in comparison to Jared Mesa.
Pickings are slim. Have you seen most Zaf soldiers?
Oh, we can even pull up their stats. They're not impressive. Again, it doesn't help that the gens, I think, are on par with, they're literally are stat-wise on par with the Leos in this. And that's pretty appropriate, honestly.
Here are
Yeah.
your stats for a Zaft soldier.
Like, they're effectively just Zaku's, but with wings.
No, the Zaku's are better.
Yeah, no, the Zaku's are actually better. The actual stats on Zaku's in Genesis are better than the stats on Jins.
Yeah.
Also, the Zaft soldiers, you may as well just put a fucking brick on the pedal in the Jins. When your stat block is moderately better than Haro. And even
okay,
then, not as useful because you don't have that one ability that makes everybody else have high morale. Hi, Dirka.
The Buster.
Probably my favorite design of the original 5,
You will
honestly.
not make the Buster's first victory. The G cell.
You are very
That's a hell of a
outmatched
pipe
here.
dream you got there.
Furthermore, you're using a long-range suit versus a not long-range suit. And
Almost one-shot it.
Yep.
yeah, I do also quite like the Buster.
Buster's a great concept.
Yeah.
It's a shame it's pretty much never used for what it should be used for.
Yeah, it is one of the other options. Because, again, as I was kind of pulling, seed-related stuff to swap into our teams, one of the options that just barely got sidelined was actually the Verde Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just got meleeed by the heavy arms.
He's got a knife.
Does it?
Yes.
Does this version actually have the knife as
Yes,
well?
that's what I
Yes.
literally used. I used
Okay.
the combat knife to kill him. Actually.
The hell were
Yes, like quite literally, it has army knife. It is a 2,800 power attack. It is one of the worst attacks in the game. Actually, there are
sense.
there are many suits whose Vulcans are more powerful than that army knife, and I mean many.
Okay, yes, the duel is the most confusing of these.
Why?
It's a general purpose machine.
Yes, the duel is...
Yes,
So is the strike.
Yes. So the duel was meant to be a baseline suit that had no real modification options, whereas the strike was supposed to be a more, basically, what type of mission are we sending it on? Okay, send it with this type of pack. And, which is why, like, even number-wise, the duel is 102, the strike is 105. Like, the first number in those things determines what type of bracket it was supposed to be in.
Duel was also the first one. Strike is just kind of a theme.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was like a prototype for all the other ones.
yeah. So they made the duel, and they were like, "This is general use," and then they were like, "Oh, by that we mean it's not good at any of the stuff it tries to do." Well, what if we instead made a suit that didn't have any baseline ability, but we could attach whatever the fuck we want to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much more useful as a general purpose. None
And
of
they're
them.
the hyper-specialized ones where you have the Mirage Colloid in the Blitz, you have the
Yeah.
long-range specialization in the Buster, and the Aegis is a Transformer. I have no
But
fucking
just
idea.
I swear, man, you just watch F91, you motherfuckers. You would have figured out why it's useful to have the fucking module systems.
Yeah.
In their defense, at this point, they were already just throwing stuff at a dartboard and, seeing what they could get.
早速ですがこの新型使わせてもらいますよ
No, he will not.
He did not put this spanking new model to good use.
Okay, the Mirage Colloid didn't kick in. Mechanically, Mirage Colloid in this game is your attack will just do nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. It's just very hard to be hit when attacked. It is basically like if it triggers, you just miss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Part of why the Mirage frame is just stupid.
Yeah, I was actually kind of curious what they would do with that, because you can't really have this ship or the mobile suit cloaks. Good luck figuring out where the fuck it is.
Oh, Flogga. That's like one of the most effective fighters in this game. That's
still a
that's
fighter.
not saying much.
Yeah, like
Although and appropriately, it does have an awakened weapon on it.
yes.
Like stat-wise, I think it is actually better than the Jins. But again, that's not saying much.
Not surprising. Yeah.
Probably the Mobius 0 at the least, I believe so.
The Mobius 0 specifically, I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, stat-wise is actually better than the Jins. I think it has 100 less health. And again, yeah, that's not saying much, but it is still effectively a fighter. And yet, not the most damaging Mobius.
No. That's because there's war crime Mobius.
Yes,
was
there
about
is
to
more
ask.
crime Mobius.
That's like saying, like, yes, technically I could be fielding a team entirely of Grazes with Dying Slaps.
It is literally the seed equivalent of that.
Yep.
Get that kill.
And cleanup is trivial. Who are we farming experience for?
A nickel.
This is going to be very familiar to you.
He's got a house of health.
Oh! Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up! Now you fucked up!
Oh no, he reduced the
You
physical
fucked up
attack.
Now you fucked up! 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 Now
Get
you have
used to this.
fucked up!
このキム・ギンガナムが繰り返される宿命に決着をつけてくれる
No, no, Destiny is further. We got a while ago.
Did you motherfuckers see that sword? I'm getting the fuck out of here. Who does this?
That is the most unneeded thing.
Well,
In a sense,
okay
that
then.
really doesn't do much, but sure. It's an empty slot.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I'd save, I think, one whole energy on the Guerrero straight.
Hey, every little bit.
That depends on how it rounds.
No. It did go from 20 to 19.
Yeah.
No, I saved one energy on the 150 Guerrero straight.
Worth it.
Rawr. And now to amuse myself more than anything else. And yes, it does do the roar when you use the map weapon version.
Amazing.
Much akin to how all the IBO Gundams make a
Yes.
roar, growling whatever sound when they move.
Yeah.
Away from that giant fucking sword.
Yeah, I was to say, I don't know where they're going, but we did pick up comms just shouting something about big fuck katana. Not sure what that means. Somewhere off in the distance, Grandmaker. I'm getting ideas.
Oh, we're just going straight to this one, huh?
Yeah, they do condense a lot because this is a 50 episode series. What do you want?
That's fair.
Please do not argue for them to make more scenarios of Seed. I mean, if we get into real trouble, those mysterious strangers will just show up and help us all.
Oh, never mind. It's this part.
Oh, yeah, these are refugees from Heliopolis.
War were declared.
They have those, you know.
Oh, they don't have mobile stuff.
That's fair.
So.
I also belong to the Earth Forces.
They said my clothes were stupid and wear this.
Technically speaking, they don't belong to the Earth Forces yet.
It's true.
They don't enlist till later.
Yeah.
Also, I do think at this point he isn't supposed to be wearing that uniform, but whatever.
They were worried about his buckles getting caught in the cockpit.
That's fair. I mean, he should have been in a pilot suit, I think, but...
We can now recruit Kira Yamato and Miguel Ayman.
But when can we recruit Rusty? The true hero of the series, who is...
Kira because you've unlocked the strike, and
Yes.
Miguel because we completed the stage.
Yep.
Ooh. Yep. Better underwater movement.
That might actually be useful, because I think there may actually be a fight.
No. Even in scenarios with underwater movement, it's not useful.
Oh, well, never mind then.
And yes, there are actually a decent amount of underwater stages in both Seed and Seed Destiny.
Just so we are clear, improving the maneuverability of your underwater units by one would quite literally be a difference of like one movement.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You could instead put something on your suit that gave it +1 movement.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Alternatively, just have a weapon with like a 7 range.
So as a annoyance, I think those don't work on suits that are underwater. The awakened weapons generally.
さっきの戦闘では申し訳ありませんでした。
懲罰を課すつもりはないが、話は聞いておきたい。あまりにも君らしからぬ行動だからな、アスラ。
あの最後の機体、あれに乗っているのは。
Do you think he uses that crest to open bottles?
学校で友人だったコーディネーターです。
It's not actually that sturdy.
あのような場で再会すると。
Yeah, it's actually kind of amazing that it stays up like that all the time.
そうか。
Worst part of seeing C through this, BDM, is I won't get to see his drawer full of masks. A thing he has.
Yes.
Well, yeah, he's got his formal mask, his
No, they're all
after
the
hours.
same.
That's what you think. Untrained eye. He's got the formal mask, got the after hours mask, got
He's
the party
very,
mask.
Very upset when his mask gets shot off, and has to go to his mask drawer to get a new mask.
I'm just reminded of the joke from Clone High where the principal has the drawer full of paper hats.
Look, man, he got real bored one day, and origami is a passion.
This guy's just chill, so he doesn't have a helmet to top it with.
I mean, he tried with his hair, but
How could he? The crest sticks out 4 inches from his fucking head.
優秀だけどぼーっとしてお人よしだからそのことにも気づいてなくて。
Do you think Kira hears his, or feels his ears burning?
I don't think Kira actually gives a shit.
こちらの言うことがわからないはずはありません。
君の気持ちはわかる。だが、聞き入れないときは。
その時は私が撃ちます。
己の運命を呪いながらアスランは暗く悲しき決意を固めるのだった。一方、そのキラと友人たちを乗せたアークエンジェルではわずかに生き残った士官たちが今後の対応を模索していた。
艦長、私はアルテミスへの入港を愚信いたします。
アルテミス？ユーラシアの軍事要塞でしょ？
傘のアルテミスか？
はい。現在本艦の位置から最も取りやすいコースにある友軍です。
Ah, yes, the Earth Alliance is composed of multiple different nations. This doesn't actually matter past this point.
Yep.
それをユーラシアが。
アークエンジェルとストライクは我が大西洋連邦の極秘機密だということは無論私とて承知しております。ですがこのまま月に進路を取ったとて途中戦闘もなくすんなり行けるとはまさかお思いではありますまい。物資の搬入もままならず発進した我々には早急に補給も必要です。
Yes, the Earth Alliance is composed of various different factions until they're not.
事態はユーラシアにも理解してもらえるものと思います。現状はなるべく戦闘を避け、アルテミスに入って補給を受け、そこで月本部との連絡を図るのが今最も現実的な策かと思いますが。
アルテミスね。そうこちらの思惑通りに行くかな。
でも今は確かにそれしか手はなさそうね。
Also, the Umbrella of Artemis. This is actually a really interesting thing for Astray and has nothing to do with the rest of the scene.
傘と称される後波防御隊に守られた未だ難攻不落の拠点である。わずかな希望を胸にアークエンジェルは進路を定めるも
Again, everything interesting about Cosmic Era is in literally everything but Seed and Seed Destiny.
A lot of it is set up in the first parts of Seed.
Yeah.
And then Seed
And it
forgets it exists.
just like never goes into it.
Yep.
Again, playing through this game actually made me hate Seed. Because it is just such a waste of potential. And it's actually like, wait, no, this would have actually been interesting. What the fuck did you guys do? I kept saying that over and over again.
Oops, we destroyed a colony. I guess they want to talk to us about it.
Apparently they get the panties a bunch every time a colony gets destroyed, just because this entire conflict was started by a colony being destroyed.
Yeah.
Go figure. Because this certainly fringe terrorist group called Blue Cosmos that...
I'm sure they'll never come up again.
decided to destroy a coordinator colony. It's amazing what you can get done with an entire civilization in like 50 years composed of modified humans. This timeline makes no sense.
No, it's not.
Don't think too hard about it.
They certainly didn't.
We arbitrarily pick numbers for things to happen. We made artificial humans, rolls dice, 30 years ago. 30. I don't like 30. Try again. 12. Somewhere in the middle.
No, it has been like 50 years since they started making people into coordinators. But it's like somehow in this much time, it's gone like full on. Now all coordinators are a separate society over here, and
yeah,
all the naturals hate coordinators, in spite of the fact that several of them have as children. It's like that they specifically intentionally modified into coordinators. It's just dumb. Like,
we made you this way, now we hate you.
I could understand like this type of thing growing after like maybe even 100
several
years,
generations.
Yeah, but like. They're all in memory of each other. That just doesn't gel very well.
Yeah.
I love how they try to introduce a plot point about the idea of the birth rate is declining for coordinators. It never actually comes up as anything important.
No, it doesn't.
But they bring it up several times, the fact that...
It is actually important for one thing. It's just that it's in Destiny, so it's even less... I'll point it out when we get to it. But yeah, that is... And, well, they do bring it up kind of as a... It's also kind of used as a counter for Patrick Zala's rhetoric of like, oh, we are the superior species and don't need the blah, blah, blah. Dude, we have a declining birth rate. We're going to go extinct if we don't have naturals.
Yep. How's it feel? When someone randomly points a gun at you, how's it feel?
This is what I've been doing to people. I need to find more children to kidnap. Badgerall completely fails to understand public choice theory.
I don't know why you're surprised, Badgeril. Your entire role in this series is to make suggestions that inevitably lead to trouble.
It's true.
Or get ignored. Usually both. Well, honestly, they're trying to steal as much technology as possible.
Turned out to be true because no one can keep their fucking mouth shut.
Heliopis was secretly doing something. It was a secret to no one.
It's a secret to some of the people on Heliopolis.
Wait, she was an ensign?
Badgeril? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought she was higher ranked than that.
No.
No. Muriel outranks her.
Well, I knew that.
She just thinks herself far more important than she actually is.
That's fair.
Downing 5 gens is not an accomplishment.
I mean, for fighter pilots.
Yeah, I mean, if
yes.
you're in a Mobius, kind of is, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, yes, Jins might have slightly worse stats than his Mobius Zero. They're not that worse.
Yeah.
As is like the beginning of the war technology, so mobile suits are they're gens.
Yeah.
My mother died while clutching me. I have the scars to prove it. glad they put this excellent defense system on a place that's not strategically important. And not anywhere else.
I'm more confused that they have this great defense system. Why would they put it anywhere else?
Yeah.
So Eurasia doesn't share its technology, nor does any of the other alliance. The alliance doesn't really share its technology with each other, but especially Eurasia. They are trying to develop their own mobile suits and their own stuff for reasons.
Fair enough.
Why the Westerly Alliance isn't interested in this incredibly useful defensive shield that blocks pretty much everything and pressures them to try and get a hold of it, or, steals it because apparently everyone in this universe is going to steal basically fucking everything technology-wise? I have no idea. Or for that matter, Zaft, because, they can't get through it either, so... But yeah, the only stuff that ever uses Armor Lumiere, the Umbrella of Artemis stuff, is just Eurasian technology.
Yep.
Directly or glued it to a suit.
Yep.
Thank you for the follow.
Yep. A reminder, that sucks. Also, hello. Yes, the OS is locked.
It's locked specifically because Mulafraga told Kira to lock it.
It's more pointing out that this is a thing that you can actually do, and for some reason they fucking didn't.
Well, of course.
They're cheap tricks like using keys.
A password? Those nefarious bastards.
Ah, shit. Look for a post-it note.
That could be any character from A to Z, or the numbers 0 through 9, or a special character like an exclamation point.
So one other thing, which is a minor point, certain technology is actually outlawed after the First War. So I would say that would be why the shield might not have appeared later, except no one listens to that.
I mean, I think nukes were outlawed at a certain point, but that didn't stop using nukes on a regular basis.
After this war, nukes are outlawed, which means nothing.
Nukes
Barrage colloid is
nukes
outlawed.
were actually outlawed before this war occurred in their timeline.
They weren't outlawed; they were just turned off. There's no actual.
They actually had a whole piece like the actual Third World War. There's a war before this war actually started in the Seed universe.
Yeah, there was a
they
reason.
used nukes and were like, we should not do that.
Yeah, there was a reason they actually developed the technology for shutting down nuclear power. It was not just them just being like, this seems like a thing to do. It was quite literally because of a world war.
Yeah.
And then in the very first actual battle of this war, they fired a nuke at a colony.
Yeah. That wasn't a battle; it was a terrorist attack.
It was an actual battle. It was the first battle of this war. Blue Cosmos had people in the military who loaded stuff up with the nuke, and Azrael authorized firing the nuke at the colony. But it was actually the first battle of the Alliance planet.
It was an actual battle.
Yep.
I will never get past how stupid plant is as a name for one side of your war. Like, really?
Plant is the colony cluster.
General,
things.
execute Operation Roundup. Deploy the Weed Whacker.
So it wasn't technically a terrorist organization. It was actual members of the military who happened to be members of Blue Cosmos, who snuck nukes on board, and then Asriel, the piece of shit that he is, authorized firing those nukes at a colony. And then after they nuked the colony, the Alliance basically went, no, that wasn't us. They totally self-destructed the colony, so they can blame it on us.
I'm going to threaten this girl just to get a name.
All right, you sons of bitches, mount up. It's time to mow this lawn.
And in fairness, they need their military force zapped.
Yeah.
The Zodiac something.
Zodiac Alliance of Freedom Treaty.
Yes. Plants his initials as well.
HP hated it when I explained to him the Zaft and Zaku thing.
Yep.
Like, well, yeah, one side is Zaft, the Zodiac Alliance of Freedom Treaty, and they have the Zaku, which is an acronym. And he's like, is that Zodiac Alliance Kill Unit? And I was like, no, it's much dumber than that. It just contains, the Z stands for Zaft.
It self-contains it. Basically, if you see a noun in this series, just assume it's actually also an acronym.
Bukyu.
See, he has to be told that Kira's a coordinator.
Yep.
Yeah, but
People do not psychically know people are coordinators.
No, people do not psychically know that people are coordinators, but, like, everyone he was working with on Heliopolis knew he was a coordinator.
Yeah, he wasn't hiding it.
Yeah.
No, it's not like people just, like, see somebody and immediately know, like, oh, he's a coordinator. Yes, coordinators could absolutely pretend to be naturals.
Yeah, no, it's...
They don't.
No.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird that they don't.
I had to check. Plant is
No.
also an acronym.
Of
Yes,
course
it
it is. It's in all caps.
It's the People Liberation Acting Nation of Technology.
Then there's Orb.
There's Orb.
Yeah, that was one of those names that in the early days...
That's
of,
the second acronym that it was for. It was originally the Productive Location Ally on Nexus technology.
Yeah, Orb was one of those ones where in the early days of fan translation for the episodes, had a... It was like AUBE was how
Yes.
they were translating it. And honestly, that would have been just better if they kept that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then the acronym doesn't work.
I mean, Orb isn't an acronym either.
Yeah, Orb's not actually an acronym.
Yeah.
It's just the name of the country.
I know. It's the one thing that should be an acronym but isn't. You really expect me to be like, what's your nation name? Sphere.
Technically, it's the Orb Union.
It is the Orb Union.
We have declared our nation of Globe.
Considering how the governing body of Orb is designed and operates, they are not any smarter.
No.
It's like when it came time to plan their nation, they had a big map laid out. Somebody drew a circle around where they were at and was like, we need a name for our place. Orb.
Fuck it, we'll do it. Anything to get lunch sooner.
David Bowie shows up, starts contact juggling.
My favorite part about this is, so they go there for protection and then do not at any point explain, so the people chasing us have these special suits as well. One of them can go invisible.
Yeah, they didn't trust the people they were docking with either.
Yeah.
I would have at
And
least
rightly
warned-
so. The
Yes.
second they tried to...
Yeah, like...
Yes, but you're telling what the enemy has at that point. The enemy you're trying to hide from.
Them infiltrating was actually of benefit to
No.
The Archangel crew.
Yeah, but it's not like they would know that ahead of time.
I mean, I'm pretty sure by the point they were in discussions with him and were like, hey, we're being chased by Zach. It's fine. They can't get in here. They'll leave eventually, and then we'll talk to the lunar base for you. You just sit tight. They were like, yeah, this motherfucker's cheating. It's like fucking with us.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like they may have trusted them for approximately 5 minutes.
That's fair.
And Milaflaga didn't trust them from the beginning.
I'm going to have to watch the VOD to find out what that sound effect is.
It's the sting from Jackass.
Yeah.
It's Corona by the Minutemen.
Yes. Okay.
If they're spammy cannon fodder, they're usually bad guys.
I mean, it's cannon fodder on both sides.
And they're both bad guys.
Yep.
So it's really simple on this one.
Okay, so this time around, we will go ahead and deploy Blue 2nd L Lohengrin. And
And the nonsense is the Kamars of Adar.
yes. I said in advance, I will not be taking Seed remotely seriously. I have no respect for this series.
I'm sorry, how many turns do they...
3.
Oh, God, well.
Oh, we can actually return to the ship this time.
Yep.
It also has depth charge. I forgot about that.
It does, in fact, have depth charge. I mean, who cares? But
yeah, it's a defensive shield for everything around it.
Yep.
It's effectively Minovsky particle scattering. Or something
Makes
like that.
sense. Well, not that they named it that, but it makes sense that it has that ability. It does have those in the show.
Yeah. Whatever this thing looks at, it's going to destroy. That seems wholly unwarranted.
I know what they did.
Oh, okay, you're going after Nicole.
Uh-huh.
Get
Put it back. Yep. Hi, Nickel.
Bye.
No, he'll probably survive.
No, he'll probably survive. He's got like 15,000.
And physical resistance. This is actually physical.
Yes.
It's just that the attack power is cartoonish. And it has armor piercing. Yeah.
His morale has increased. The war cry morale.
Depth charge was specifically fire out and create clouds of beam-absorbing particles.
Yes. And no, I don't know why they call him depth charge.
Let's see.
The Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars.
That's right, they reduce energy damage taken, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Nickel.
Hey, tanked it like a champ.
Yeah, I mean, again, reduced physical attack does do a lot of work.
Also, these are not actually weak machines.
No.
Like, there's a severe quality difference between, like, any of the Gundams and the fodder in this series.
Yes.
It was always going to end this way. Oof.
You're fine, still have an arm.
I do love that the Powered Red does have a normal katana on its back. It just doesn't use.
Yeah, it does have the normal Gaburga straight.
Yes. No. Three turns, you say?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Respawning stuff behind us. Yes. Yeah.
It's fine. I've deployed the Hoshmal from the carry base.
And they're nowhere close to us anyways. Did you see what happened to him? I say he hung in longer than he probably should have, if anything.
He ran for it. That coward, Jim Gingham, turns around, just points at Dirka.
Did you take on 3 more chins?
just fucking turns around to the Powered Red, just points at Dirka. Dirka's like, Izak, I'm not sure why, but I just wet myself. Yeah, everything over there's fine.
And they're like, yeah, they're not that close. And the Archangel can hold its own, actually.
Bye. Let's see. Nope.
こいつで一気に仕留めてやる。
No, no, you will not.
Leave. Roller.
Wait, is that the first legitimate enemy carrier?
We had a couple in Wing actually.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there was like... They're still extraordinarily rare in Wing.
Yes, they are rare. When I say a couple, I mean quite literally. I think there were two.
Yeah.
God, those Jin's crests keep confusing me. It's like, what's that suit with that giant? Oh, wait, no.
I mean, you're more justified saying that than going against the G-Self Perfect, but you're still wrong.
Oh, so I'm honestly shocked. I went looking for one since the Jin is spelled in all capitals.
No, Jin is not an
acronym. It does not appear to be an
acronym.
acronym.
That is actually surprising.
It's just the Jin.
Yeah, no, Zapped suits and Seed were not acronym names. They didn't start doing that until,
Yeah, no, in
Destiny.
base Seed, the majority of the acronym thing were just Zaft and then Gundam.
Zaft, Gundam, Plant.
I'm trying to remember if Genesis was one.
The whole series, the Gundams R, is also an acronym.
Well, yes, but... That's a mistake.
Decided to kill himself on you?
Yes. I'm a Jin. I'm going to attack the G self-perfect. There's no possible way this will end poorly.
Yes, the Genesis is an acronym. That is the Gamma Emission by Nuclear Explosion Stimulate Inducing System.
The odder part is that's not
Inaccurate.
actually a military weapon initially. It just got readopted into one. It is meant to be a propulsion system for solar sails.
Huh.
Yes, it was developed from the Genesis Alpha, which was a propulsion system.
Yeah.
It was still incredibly destructive in that version, because it was a case of if you didn't have, the equipment designed to effectively be pushed by the nuclear death beam that it fired, it would just kind of destroy shit in its way.
Yes. Usually graphically.
So that, by the way, was the Mirage Colloid system activating.
Nice.
It threw an attack at the Mirage frame, and the Mirage frame said, I'm not here.
Yeah.
Also, the Earth Alliance is also known as Omni, which is the opposed militancy and neutralize invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Omni Enforcer is their military arm, effectively.
Yeah.
All right, so to show this off, because it's damn, it's exactly wrong range. Well, all right, fine.
Unfortunate.
Oh,
Probably get something down here. There we go.
Now shit about to be stupid.
So now the red flame. Love what you do, and you'll never work a day in your life.
And now he's generally out of energy.
Yep, it's fine though. Nobody on that team currently has energy restoration skills equipped. It's fine.
Yeah, equipped. You may want to.
Yeah. I'll go through it between streams just to
Yeah.
rearrange those because that's a lot of attack burst. It's not
Yeah,
really
it's
necessary.
Like, everyone basically has nearly the same skill equipped, and there's no point in that.
Maybe I want like 7 turns in a row of boosted attack. I don't know.
No, because you get 9 uses. You can use 9 of the same one from one person, so there literally is no point in having 2 people with the same one.
No, I refuse.
I was about to say.
Everything. Yeah, okay. It's like that thing can shoot them to death from full. Is there anything else in range? No.
Wait.
Oh, there we go. That Jin.
Yes, because Jim is also part of their raid.
And there's something in range of the Dansla.
Yep. Not anymore.
Bless you.
Do something. I don't know.
Fly backwards.
It's got a reverse.
But it can't dive underwater yet.
Yet.
We think.
I like to imagine that it always could have. They just never thought of it.
Chip also technically has skills.
It does. Eh.
Yes, not to be overkill.
Nope. Very simple attack.
Yes.
Just-
This one damaged Jin.
Yep, and then it is pretty much just going to be past the turn because everything else is way up north and nothing here is getting there.
Yep.
Not by the time it's going to either kill itself or
As such.
get killed by the stuff that's up there. Failed to hit a...
Surgeons, what do you expect?
Again, Zaft soldiers suck.
Yeah.
Like, it cannot be overstated just how bad Zaft soldiers actually are. They are legitimately 14 points higher than Haro in all stats.
And not as useful.
And not even like the Haro we taught to hate and turned into a robot cat girl. Just a regular fucking Haro. Actually, I don't even know what her pilot stats are. I'll look at it at some point.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Not amazing for either of them, if I remember.
No.
Because I think they're both supposed to be support characters.
Yes, she is. She is designed as ship crew. I think she has good mechanics and charisma, if I remember correctly.
Probably, yeah. I'd have to look myself.
No kill like overkill.
Does Mobius know what it did?
Exist.
I do love, by the way, that in IBO, the, like, forbidden technology, like, banned weapon is just a fucking rail cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not going to leave fallout or anything. It's just really good at penetrating armor. It's like, I'm not even sure why that is the
That's why they
case.
banned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a weapon that was effective against Gundams. That's literally the reason why it was banned.
Yeah, it's just, like, in the context of IBO, it makes perfect sense. In the context of anything else, it's like, it's just a railgun, man. Like,
Yeah.
To be fair, they'd already done a number of series where the banned weapons were appropriately weapons to be banned. You know, nukes.
yeah.
Oh, Very technically, Mirage Colloid, not now, but after this
Does get
war is
banned, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Just-
also sensible.
Which doesn't prevent them from using it in any
Oh, no.
way, shape, or form.
No.
If anything, it makes it more likely to be used.
They built an entire ship with it.
Yep.
Oh boy, ground terrain by one.
That's more useful than water terrain.
I mean, it is.
There's at least more ground terrain maps.
Yeah, just now 3 o'clock. We could probably get through one more.
Yeah. And the early ones are fairly quick, honestly.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Sucks to suck, Isaac. Should we start calling you One Isaac? Oh.
要塞アルテミスを脱出したアークエンジェルは物資の欠乏を解消すべくデブリ隊へと艦を向かわせていた。
I'm low on food. We're going to eat some of these kids.
後に血のバレンタインと呼ばれる悲劇の地ユニウス7。かつては人々が暮らしていた街並みの残骸を踏みしめ、戦争という今の現実を改めて突きつけられる少年たち。そこでキラは偶然にも
Junior 7, around the corner from Tweenus 12.
ザクタの歌姫ラクスクラインを救出することになる。
Making a habit of picking up people in life pods.
I found another life pod.
I'm a big fan
like-
of gacha games.
He just gets into the dock. Badrill's just there with a cudgel, just like, we're going to talk about this habit of yours.
Lacus.
The girl can stay. The murder robot's got to go.
Yes, Lacus, Lucas. I have no.
Mid-May.
No, God. I don't like Seed. Even that's unfair.
True. Lacus is actually competent.
Oh. Depending on how you interpret the series, she may well just be a Machiavellian schemer up to a lot of shit behind the scenes.
Yes, no, I remember when Destiny was airing, and a lot of people were like, she is the clear villain and mastermind behind everything.
I mean, no, but...
yeah, I know.
But she wields a lot more power than she makes it look like she does.
Oh, yeah.
そしてそこへ地球軍第8艦隊の先遣隊から救援信号が送られてくる。だが
Hey, you know this important battle from the anime? We're just gonna show you pictures of it.
I mean,
Honestly, I'd rather they do that than fucking make me play it.
I was going to say, it wasn't even that
well, that's true
important of a battle.
That's true for the entire anime. What's your point?
No, I mean, there are some battles that I'm at least like, fine, whatever. I would rather them just have like, hey, here's an explosion, rather than like, here's like a 10-minute pre-mission fight that you don't get to deploy your units in.
Yeah. I'll give you that. But hold that thought for later scenarios.
Oh, I know. Like, they're going to do it. It's just, it's a thing that's going to happen,
Yeah.
but...
I mean, just mention that you have her there and say, hey, if you kill us, you kill her. Maybe stop attacking us.
I mean, that is basically what she said.
Eventually.
The way she words it there makes it sound like, hey, if you keep attacking us, something might happen to her.
No, what she's saying is literally like, if you continue to attack us, we're going to assume that you give up all responsibility for her.
Ah.
We must stop fighting by the orders of Commander Cookware.
Crew can't get over how upset they are about Flate's dad dying, whatever.
No, Flay can't get over how,
Yeah. Despair hits her hard and she goes super racist.
I mean, she was already pretty racist before this point.
Yeah,
That's why I
literally,
said
this chapter started with "fuck you, coordinator." Like, wow, okay.
There's also the whole weird thing, like she hates coordinators, but then I mean, she's manipulating Kira, but she still sleeps with him.
Yeah.
To be fair, she sleeps with him specifically to manipulate him at this point. She's trying to get him killed for failing to protect her foe.
Which is a bad job of it.
Yes. No, she wants him to keep fighting and fighting until he dies. And then eventually she changes her opinion.
Then she dies.
And then she dies. Not soon enough.
Yeah, she lasts pretty long in the series before she,
Could be said that she manipulates his seed. It's a shame this game doesn't have cut-in triggers. Just little cutscenes. Ooh.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think he yet has Seed as an ability.
He has
no.
Oh no, as a mechanic, no. But he has done it at this point. The fact that Izak has his scars proof.
I also assume at some point after they actually enlist, she'll get her military uniform. Where I still continue to question where the fuck they got those clothes from.
Listen, green knee socks are part of the standard issue uniform.
Neon vomit uniform that apparently only Flay has.
It's just no one else wears them because it was just kind of a joke.
先のデブリ隊でキラ自身が救出した少女 プラントの歌姫ラクス・クラインの優しさであった。ナチュラルとコーディネーターという枠組みを捨て、キラ本人を見据えるラクスに彼の心はわずかな救いを見たのである。
Pull the trigger.
春巡の末、キラは
I have a dream that one day the children that coordinators don't have will be able to live in harmony.
ストライクとイージス、かつての親友同士が再び相まみえた。
アスラン・ザラカ。
Take this. Just hucks Lacus in a normal suit at the ages. You dropped this trash.
確認した。なら彼女を連れて行け。
いろいろとありがとう。
She told me she gets seasick. I can't do anything with her.
You're that message for that.
キラ、お前も一緒に来い。お前が地球軍にいる理由がどこにある？僕だって君となんて戦いたくない。でもあの船には守りたい人たちが、友達がいるんだ。ならば仕方ない。次に戦う時は。
They don't count because they're not coordinators.
僕もだ。
Well, unlike his father, Atherin isn't super racist, so.
キラは親友の呼びかけに背を向け、
Yes. Atherin at least acknowledges naturals as people.
Yep.
二人の本当の
He doesn't understand why someone who's a coordinator would hang
Want to hang out with
them.
naturals, but he at least acknowledges, like, hey, they're people. They have a right to live. Just, you know, over there. Different bathrooms, different drinking fountains, different schools.
By the series standards, that makes you a significantly lesser evil.
Yes. No, this,
Not at this point. This is before they like decided that anything like gray or ambiguity need to be white.
see,
white-
the Haro has a red dialogue box. It's enemy. It's a murder robot.
I mean, Lacus also has a red dialogue box, and she's pretty much the least enemy person.
You know what she
entire
did.
series. Be the least racist person in the series?
Your waifu is trash.
It's not my wife.
I mean, also, being the least racist person in Seed is a pretty fucking low
She's
bar
like-
to clear.
Okay, being not racist, because she is literally like, yeah, there's really no reason for naturals and coordinators to fight. They're not really different at all.
Just being the least racist person in Seed is like being the least egregious Jim Crow law.
I mean, by being not racist at all, she is technically the least racist. But yeah, the line is basically either not being racist or being racist as fuck. There really does not seem to be any in between.
Again, at this point in the series, there is.
Yes.
Post. Basically, post
Post
that
Kira's
one.
death.
It's technically a little bit further. Post the Cyclops blowing up in I forget what it was. Joshua. Yeah, post Joshua.
Which is an acronym. We'll get there.
Of course it is.
Uh-huh.
Where they drop anything resembling nuance when it comes to the Earth Alliance or ZAF forces.
That is fair. To be fair, they do actually have signs of it early on. Anything that involves Patrick Zala pretty much has him already being there, just not being as vocal about it.
And he is not. I mean, Klein, I think, is chairman at this point.
Yes,
Not,
Klein is. In fact, I'm pretty sure Klein is about to be replaced, though.
Yes. Which more or less separates Plant and Zaft into the two factions, basically the mainstream and the Klein faction.
For a while, and then then Lacus gives a Gundam to Kira, and then her entire faction basically gets kicked out.
Well, it exists. It's just they're part of the three-ship alliance. They're not actually...
Well, they become the three-ship alliance. They're not really part of Plant anymore at that point.
Yes.
They leave.
Yes.
Yes,
They leave.
Stands for Leave Alliance.
No, none of that.
No, we need an E.
Now they spelled it bad. It's LAFT.
Yeah, the E is actually carried over from leave.
L dash. I mean, Joshua is actually Josh A. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
What will happen is there? You're still here?
Also, we won't actually see the knee socks because we don't get a shot of flame from like, waist down. We're just getting a headshot.
Yeah, characters are represented by busts. Yep. Like, granted, her uniform still sucks, but...
And it's still neon pink. Just one can see the neon green
knee socks
that go along with it.
I mean, yes, because he's a civilian.
Yeah, you may not be aware of this, but we don't have conscription.
Especially conscription of citizens of foreign countries.
Yeah, we did not, in fact, wander over to Heliopolis, whack him upside the head with a fucking club, and have him, when he wakes up on the ship, be like, congratulations.
Yeah, they press ganged him.
God, Bachelor is such a fucking mistake.
Remember, she didn't survive the series. She gets command of her own ship and is awful at it.
To be fair, she's actually not bad at commanding her own ship. It's just she has to follow Azrael's orders.
Does she, though? It's her ship.
Okay.
She can pull a Bright.
So the big problem is she's Badger and has way too much respect for the chain of command.
There's a whole bridge crew there with pistols, probably. We can take care of this problem real quick.
I do like how every time they show up to deal with...
I know, he was getting in his chair and slipped and hit his head.
I do love how every time they show up to anywhere to deal with other, like, Earth Alliance forces, the Earth Alliance forces are initially like, oh, Maru and Badger? Fuck off, whatever, we're not going to respect you. And then Mu is like, hey, I'm here too. And they're like, oh, Mu Laflaga? Well, shit, that's a different story.
That's a name I know.
I have a long list of prominent drinking buddies.
Well, Moo, I didn't realize it was your ship. It's not. I don't have the responsibility. Are you kidding me? That sounds like work.
That chair is extremely uncomfortable. There's no padding on it.
Neither me nor anyone else wants to be in charge of this ship.
No, I'm pretty sure Natalie Badgirl wants to be in charge of the ship.
Well, yes, she does want to be in charge of this.
I figured it out. He's called that because his mask is made of the same thing as the casserole dishes.
Turns out if you bake it for long enough.
Nah, war's pretty easy, actually.
Fairly inconvenience.
You get in a Gundam, you shoot shit.
Wow.
I'm pretending to be a deep character.
No one cares what you heard about.
You launched from a ship that looks like a turquoise sex toy.
Not dead. It's got a scratch. He's being a bitch about it.
We have the ability to heal scars. It's not like he's going to have that if, he doesn't want to.
But he's being a bitch about it.
But he's going to be a bitch about it.
In fairness, that scar, I might keep it.
I mean, he keeps it only to remind himself of how much he hates the strike.
He keeps it till we get to Destiny.
Okay, in fairness, we didn't lose the Artemis for the sake of a warship and G-Weapon. We lost the Artemis because they were dickbags.
Yeah.
You have an impenetrable field and you turned it off.
Well, that was also like we showed up and we tried to tell them, like, hey, resupply us and we'll get the fuck out of here. They're chasing us, not you. And they were like, meh.
Somebody want to steal your Gundam.
Can't respect a man named Rear Admiral Dwayne.
I was gonna say, like, it doesn't matter how.
Ironically, this is the most respectable man in the Earth Alliance.
Yep.
Remember that conversation earlier about low bars involving Seed?
Yes, I know.
Also, I'm pretty sure the Alliance as a whole doesn't really care if the, middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Unimportant Eurasian Alliance people got killed.
Quite literally a thing explicitly called out as being of no tactical importance.
Yes.
Yep.
Also, they don't exactly like the Eurasian Alliance people.
No,
because the Eurasian Alliance are assholes.
They're assholes. Strangely enough, not Blue Cosmos.
They use the Cyclops system that wipes out a bunch of them on purpose at one point.
We have this impenetrable energy shield technology. Cool. Can we, use that? No, it's ours.
Badgerl, I have no idea how you think you're going to convince him to actually work with us, but good luck with that.
Badgerl's not. He's not trying to make a kid list.
Yeah.
Well, if we held his parents for ransom, Badger, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Badger down, have a raw. Get a little ornery.
Quite literally, Badgerl's entire role throughout the series is make suggestions that get the crew in trouble, or make suggestions that people are like, what is wrong with your fucking brain?
Who hurt you?
Are you sure you're not on the side of Zaft? You're being kind of weirdly fascist here. You don't understand, Rear Admiral. We must make him work for us. He has parents. They are on Earth.
I don't know. The captain, who I trust significantly more than you, says that he
doesn't want to. We can make him. I choose to believe that Badgerl was given command of her own ship just because it was like, get her the fuck off of my ship.
That they wanted to keep her around because she gets a ship that isn't left behind to die.
Yeah. They can control her more than everyone else on the.
Can they?
Yes, she's for some stupid reason
that's right,
is
she's
really
dumb.
she's really hell bent on obeying the chain of command. Until she's not, but that takes way too much pride.
Just extremely one of those.
It's really hell bent chain of command until it doesn't matter anymore.
Yes.
No, it's just extremely one of those instances of just like, for fuck's sake, like, Get her off of my ship. I don't care what you have to do it. Well, we'll give her command of her own. I don't care. Just don't put anybody I like under her.
Which is everyone else on the Archangel.
Yeah.
Take her, no one else. What about Flay? You can take Flay. We'll find someone else to stock the towels in the washroom. I think that is literally the only thing I ever see her doing in the series.
Let's see. Stock towels, sleep with Kira, scream about coordinators. Yeah, those 3 things.
No. At that point, she had stopped sleeping with Kira. Because Kira was dead.
Provide a distraction by virtue of the loudest uniform in space.
I can see her through the hall.
That's why I want to get rid of her.
Blinding.
I don't care what you do with her. Let her get kidnapped by the other side. I don't care. Wait, people are thanking me?
Listen, the last time we had any sort of significant talk, I was holding you at gunpoint, and I felt like that put a little tint on our relationship. Except Badgerl, but she's a fucking weirdo.
Lay, you didn't do anything. You don't have to worry about this.
No. Moving on.
Fine, we'll send you to actually, get training.
Bad girl reaches over, shuts the screen to her bunk. Okay, so continuing on.
Doing everything he could, including dying.
Well, at least she's aware of it.
It will be of no use.
We also doubt you'll be of any use.
actually leave the big deal about
Orb.
He did, but that was later in the series.
Oh, later. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, not here.
He does it specifically because he regrets not doing it here.
He really shouldn't.
Yeah.
Not for any other reason but the fact that everyone trying to get off the ship kind of dies.
Yes.
So, the controller's turned off.
No.
Yeah. Amazing.
No, that should tell you just how fucking long the wing cutscenes actually were.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have this thing set to turn off after 30 minutes.
That sounds about right. All this cannon fodder.
Oh no, we're surrounded. I use this term very loosely.
Just not as catchy as Trojan Horse.
No.
Calling it the legged ship just makes you sound stupid.
Because it's got legs.
No, it doesn't.
Your ship's legs. You didn't know. They were legs.
Brother of Menelaus.
Damn it, that's Agamemnon.
Gesundheit.
Low and grown cannons.
Yep.
The things they don't fire in atmosphere, we're totally firing those in atmosphere.
Fire 'em wherever I fucking well please. My blue frame has one.
Like, that's okay. I like the concept of the Archangel, and I like the weapons on the Archangel. I don't like the Archangel's design in the slightest.
It's like somebody took 240 grit sandpaper and carved off all the
That's it.
corners on the
It's-
white base.
It's a rounded white base.
Yeah, it's a rounded white base, but with the front things at an angle. And it's that angle part I
It's
just
so
do
they can
not-
open up because they also have giant guns in them.
Yes.
Well, yes, but the giant guns aren't as giant as if they just made them flat and then made them like giant barrels for the guns.
They're also where they launch
they're
the
energy
mobile
weapons. They
suit.
don't need giant barrels.
Yeah, the legs are also where they fire the mobile suit truck.
Yeah, they're the catapults.
Yeah.
Which is what they also were on white base.
Yes.
Personal preference thing, but the design of the Archangel just absolutely does not.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like the Minerva better, but I don't mind the Archangel's design.
Just in time.
Ah.
Between when you asked and now, it turned off.
We're up to 5? We're up
Yep.
to 5.
Oh no. Survive 4 turns, I don't know how we're going to be able to...
There's some stuff down here, but not a lot. So
There's
9 down the bottom.
Where, again, I use this term loosely, surrounded.
up.
All right, so this is Bellry's front.
Otherwise known as Bellry High Torque punches a bunch of Jins in half.
Pretty much.
This seems accurate for what this is. Bellry Nano Murder.
Okay, so we will go ahead and turn around. And move here. Oh. Yeah, there are some people over on this side, so...
There's 9 on each side.
There's some extras up
The
north.
top has 3 Gundams as well.
Yeah.
Right, Laurent, you got these guys. You're not going to be able to one-shot them like Bellry does, but they also can't really hurt you in any significant way, so...
Yep. Yeah, they'll kill themselves on him. Hi.
Was the goal for us to survive for 4 turns or for the enemy to survive for 4 turns?
I would assume it's us because the enemy doesn't have a chance.
There's a secret fail condition if you kill everyone. Just comes up on the screen. That's not very sporting.
That's not how this happened. But okay.
I do like how, as far as I can tell, everything that happens is canonical to the series, and that Athrun, Nickel, Dirka, and Isaac show up, accomplish nothing, and then run like bitches every single time.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah,
actually.
that's pretty much it.
Like, again, we are
Like,
well past
other
the...
things suffer collateral damage?
More especially Dirka and Isaac just don't accomplish anything. Nicole at a certain point is dead or distracted, and Athrun is running off doing things.
Yeah, like, this is well past the point I actually watched to in this series, but I definitely know enough to realize, like, no, they never actually accomplish anything. The most they manage to do is steal the 4 Gundams, and that, for all intents and purposes, happens off-screen before the first episode.
That's not true. They succeed. Both of them succeed at one thing at the very end. They take out one of the junkies.
Yeah, they do take out one of the boosted.
That does feed into something like, okay, I need to preface what I'm about to say by saying that Gundam Seed has a long list of problems, and I'm only addressing one of them right now.
Yes.
But one of the problems I have with Gundam Seed is that we spend a lot of time throughout the series being told that coordinators can do everything better than humans can. And whether by intention or just by lazy writing, no coordinator is ever shown to do anything better than, like, a human can, except for Kira. And that's only during his, like, programming fugue states that he goes into when he's working on the OS for the Gundam. And during seed mode.
Yes.
But seed mode acts more like, oh, certain people can go into that and not just a thing coordinators can do.
It's also not coordinator specific. Naturals can do it as well.
Kigali can do it.
Right, yeah, Kigali
yeah.
can do it at the very end of the series. So it's just one of those things where, like, if I was being especially charitable, maybe I would say, like, oh, that's the whole point. Coordinators aren't actually better than naturals. It's just propaganda and a lot of ingrained Zaft prejudice. But I don't.
So what it
wanna
actually
give
is that at one point, Athrun was singing "Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better," and somebody thought it was actual like science and not just a song.
Yeah, I don't think I can give Seed any credit on that.
It's very much a tell and don't show thing when it comes to that. The closest thing they have to showing is, oh, they can pilot mobile suits and we can't. Until they can. Then
Yes. Part of the problem, too, is they also have to keep stacking more forms of specialness, you know? Seed has to have the coordinators. But Kira's the ultimate coordinator, and he has Seed Factor. Oh, and he might be a new type, too.
Well, that one's more questionable, but...
Yeah. Coordinators,
I mean, the entire existence of new types in this universe is questionable. Not in the sense of the question of do they exist or not, but more of a question of like why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's because we couldn't. This was supposed to be a thing that brings the franchise back. We can't let go of its various sacred cows and do our own thing.
Like, the thing about it is, new types are one specific family. Technically, like, 2 people get cloned a lot. Would be more accurate. But...
Gonna be honest with you, they don't have problems with them cloning people as long as they're not 10-year-old girls.
That's fair.
No. Yeah.
I mean, the coordinators were a manufactured species already, so...
Sort of.
We got done. I'm cloning them.
They're genetically modified at birth humans, basically. Or before birth, but yeah.
It's weird because being a coordinator doesn't even mean that you're like better at anything in that regard from the genetic manipulation. Like one of the things they discuss early on is the fact of coordinators were very popular in the idea of picking hair color, eye color.
I've seen Gataga, I know how this ends.
But then they also had special abilities.
I mean, do they?
We don't ever show what these special abilities are. We will say they have special abilities.
Hey, so did somebody mention Lohengrin cannons?
Yes.
What I do, dude?
Ah, man, portable ship weapons.
Yeah.
Well, mostly portable ship weapons.
Red Frame is all about stupid sword tricks. Blue Frame is...
Blue Chuckles and Jim Gingham.
So the Blue Frames pilot really is a mercenary and really likes to use pretty much every weapon that Alliance and Zaft has ever made. So that is what his various different frames are. It's just different weapon loadouts.
I mean, it's also part of why Blue Frame's second out Lohengrin launcher here also has like 6 other attacks.
Yes. You could say he was built for war. I mean, literally, he's a combat coordinator.
Yes. I think that's everyone.
Notably, combat coordinator is actually an invention of Eurasia.
It's just the ships in the middle.
Yeah. Of the Eurasian Alliance.
Right.
It's actually, and I think part of the... It was the initial idea for a bio CPU, but it was too close to coordinator, so they rejected it.
Yep.
And not sufficiently evil enough. Ostensibly, from what I could tell, of how Blue Cosmos members tend to operate. Yeah.
What's his fate? I can't remember.
Azrael.
Yeah.
Why would you ever trust a man named, quote-unquote, Azrael?
I don't know. Maybe his parents were just big fans of the Smurfs.
His last
Named her
name.
after the cat?
Azrael's his family name.
Please,
Yeah, his first name is Satan.
Mr. Azrael was my father. Call me Theodore.
Oh, Lucy Azrael.
It's French. It's pronounced Satan.
Hold on, let me look up the French word.
That was dumb.
It's Turco.
It's French, so it's Louis Sifir. Or some shit. I don't know.
Is there a map weapon on the thing?
Even if there is, I don't care. I'm never going to use it.
Granted.
But also, no, I don't think the Heavy Arms Eagle has a map weapon.
I wouldn't think any of the heavy arms have a map attack.
Big sword astray.
Although
I think the wing might be the only wing unit that has a map attack.
yeah, I think the wing, specifically the Zeros.
Zero, yeah, with the Buster Cannon.
The Zero series, all three of them.
I mean, again, just in general, map attacks are a lot less prevalent in this game. Oh no, 25,000 capital. Fucking moron.
Bigger annoyance is it makes our turn take slightly longer.
Yeah.
You missed the circle.
The old target on the back and you miss it. Ah, indeed. Missed the warship.
The warship is actually extremely dodgy.
Yeah, it has like a 10% chance.
Like, just so we are clear on this. The warship is level 40.
Oh, fair enough.
And has 300 mobility. And Eugene as the navigator.
That's fair. That right there is an immediate...
who has like 359 navigation.
Yeah.
No, the warship is actually extremely hard to hit. For especially like for grunts, it is damn near impossible. For named units, a little bit easier, but they have to be pretty decent named units to actually hit that warship. Fuck off. Also leave. No, because you're not going to be one of the pilots that we carry over to IBO.
Even It's a who cares either way, but it's not you're actually gonna put that on someone.
If it were more than 3%, no matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, I would put it on someone if they were somebody I was going to carry over to IBO, again, simply because it is better than an empty slot.
Yes.
But not by a whole lot. That is possibly the least useful ability in the game, seeing as physical attacks already tend to be extremely low energy cost.
Yeah. In addition to the percentage just being so stupidly low that it barely does anything.
Yeah, like the energy efficiency ones are still okay, but like the only one I think that is less useful than the physical efficiency is the map weapon efficiency, and that is again solely because there are hardly any map weapons in this game.
There are hardly any map weapons, and generally you don't even really use the map weapons.
No.
It depends. If I was actually fielding the meteor stuff, the meteor map weapons are actually quite good. And not too hard to get because they're not big lines. They're actually the like more cone-shaped ones. That's honestly the biggest problem, is that most of the map weapons are big fucking lines, so you have to already be lined up with shit to actually use them, and that's really harder to manage a lot of times.
Yeah. The best map weapon is on actually the Wing Zero.
No, the best map weapon is on the fucking turn A. The Moonlight Butterfly's map weapon scale is fucking huge.
Okay, the best regularly usable one is on the Wing Zero, because it is just a big area around it.
Yeah, no, just as a reminder.
Mind you, not the Endless Waltz Wing Zero, just the base Wing Zero.
Yeah, the base Wing Zero.
Yeah.
So its stats are kind of inferior.
Yeah, just as a reminder, that's the fucking field for the Moonlight Butterfly.
Thankfully, the Turn X has it as well.
Yes. Yes, the Turn A and Turn X of the Moonlight Butterfly have undeniably the best map weapon in the game. You just have to get them to fucking super high morale to do it.
It's actually easier with the Turn X, simply because it actually just has a better base non-super weapon.
Yeah. It is able to kill dudes easier.
Yeah.
In general.
It has an Awakened weapon on it. The dumbest Awakened weapon in the game.
Yes.
Not numerically or anything. Mechanically, it's pretty normal. It's literally the entire mobile suit flying apart and using itself as the weapon.
I mean, that's what the Turn X does.
Yes, but I know it does that, but it still looks goofy as shit.
That is just the Turn X. That's
I know it's
that's
accurate to what it does. It's just
It's just goofy.
By the way, I saw that thing you posted in Discord. It's fantastic.
Yes.
I miss goofy AMVs like that.
But sis.
Most of those just are one space outside.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll.
And just move all your units, get close enough, and then do raid link up.
Yep. That is effectively the plan here. This may very distinctly kill this thing, but... Okay, no, just barely not.
And whoever wants to do raid link up.
倒してやる。
これが私たちの力さ。
この東方腐敗が頼む。その話乗った。援護します。
わかった。
Amusingly, a lot of melee-focused suits in this raid still.
Yeah. Okay, yes, that was just base enough to kill every gen.
Yes.
Full.
Yes. Okay, over on this side. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hi. This is gonna go poorly for you all.
No, survived.
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually in high morale yet. It's barely survived, though. Like, yeah, 2 grand.
There's a bottom left side as well.
Yeah, but I don't think I have anything over there that can...
You can move the raid group towards it.
That's true. Hunger might reach that from there? No, but I can't
Well,
undock.
dock.
There's a traitor to shoot.
Fine.
Will cost you money if nothing else.
Okay, we got 2 more turns to waste.
This thing does technically have a melee attack.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it does.
So one thing that is pretty consistent actually across most Astrays is dumb swords.
Yes.
Or in the case of the green frame, of dumb halberd. But
A boot knife, apparently. Just have the right side enemies now.
yep.
Oh, the burp hammer.
Oh, the booping hammer.
There we go.
Yep.
Honestly, more than anything, this is just kind of more in prep for whatever's going to come next. Because now they're going to have to deal with a super critting Ashmal.
Yeah, it's just a story over there.
Yep. Which, yeah, probably can't really get anything over there. Get everything more gathered towards center because I don't know where the next wave of stuff is going to come from.
Down.
Why?
Shows death.
I mean, the turn A was there. You would have survived a hit from that.
I don't know. That thing's got
Only
a
to
big old
suffer.
rocket hammer. I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah, it would have survived that one attack and have been suffering for it.
Yeah. Really.
Bye, friend.
Yep. We're out of enemies on the board, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, the Archangel took no damage. In fact, I think nothing other than traitors took damage.
Yes.
I think one of the generic enemy or one of the generic ships took damage.
Did it? Yeah.
I think one of them may have gotten hit. They need to deploy the strike. Do you see what we have on the field?
Oh, those poor motherfuckers are in the Bellry zone.
It's okay, we got
It's
this.
fine. Beller's over there.
Immediately explodes. That was the pride of the 8th Fleet and the strength of the Earth forces.
Well, back to the drawing board. Alright, how about this, but we make it look darker and more sinister?
No.
We're all yelling at each other.
Oh, I don't think the time's going to be an issue.
No.
I mean, that goes for Mulaflaga, but as we just stated, the strike can make atmospheric re-entry.
I mean, like they're saying, like, just because it says on the spec sheet that it can do it doesn't mean it's ever actually done it.
I didn't say with the Archangel.
I mean, by that argument, give us the Archangel.
Accurate.
Now, quick, put him back on the Archangel.
I mean, pretty much.
Who let you outside?
Saw a boat. All right, what's
Oh, wow.
Two sets of
five.
Survive 5 turns. Oh, wow.
Okay,
Oh, they won't let us.
I mean, plot-wise, it makes sense.
So tell me about these boats. All right.
See, most of our forces are actually conveniently in the north.
Huh?
Most of our forces are actually conveniently in the north at the moment.
Yes. Because, again,
Down
Belry,
near the Bellry zone.
Belry pretty much took care of the south on his own.
Yeah. That's the 5-ringed one.
Just the beam cannon.
Yeah.
Shut up. Nobody respects you.
You don't even play the piano.
He might be 15, though.
Among the group, specifically acknowledged as more useless than previously thought possible. You are the second most useless.
Oh, one short.
All right, now have her and Doc from the blue frame and get closer on. It's just, yeah, it's just that one.
Just
guy.
that one right now, yeah. And I don't think anyone else can really get close enough to anything to do any more than that, so guess fuck that one guy in particular.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, he does technically have one if I put him in Master Gundam.
True.
It's not good.
Oh, PXX Overdrive.
Yep.
There we go.
It's not a stellar move for Master Asia to use because he has no Awaken, but
Yeah.
it's funny.
I know it's 90s action figure level of gimmicky, but I still love all the G units transforming into other suits kind of thing.
Oh yeah, no, it is actually a pretty cool like feature that they have. And there's a much more interesting way to pay homage to, you know, UC stuff than, well, we have a Zaku here, but it stands for Zaft Armored Keeper of Unity.
Even funnier if the Armored Keeper and Unity were also acronyms.
Acronym guy was having a field day.
You fool. That's Gundam Hammer range.
I love how many of these are. You don't want to do this, really. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, that's Laurent's whole ethos throughout at least the early parts. Turn A is,
Please stop.
you don't want to do this. Okay.
And at least in this case, they're attacking a suit that doesn't, like, glance at them and they explode.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's fine. I will.
Because it's a 4-turn survival
Yeah.
mission, it's going to spawn more.
I was gonna say we're gonna get so much XP.
Well, it's not only that, but also there will be a point where I will probably end this early because it might end up in one of those situations where if you eliminate the last enemy that's actually on field, it will do it, and like we will. The numbers are in our favor.
Yes.
If it does that, it doesn't always do that, but
It doesn't do it in this one.
of course not. Why would it do something convenient and helpful to the player?
Yeah, exactly. You do have to wait the turns out, unfortunately.
Bye.
So dump stuff over there and...
Does that Gundam have an anchor?
I mean,
Maybe it has a boat.
Maybe it is a boat.
technically it's referenced as a lancer, but like,
Well, it's an anchor.
It's an anchor. It's a fucking anchor. Like,
They can call it whatever they want, but I have eyes.
and then all the way back over here. You have also entered Gundam Hammer range, foolishly.
I mean, it was there early.
It ran into Gundam Hammer range to begin with.
Yeah.
It wanted a second helping.
Because I can, mostly.
I mean, if you have, you may as well use it.
It'll be easy cleanup for the
Mirage Frame, yeah.
Yeah.
Something else we can run with energy. Easy cleanup for 2 of the 3 by the Mirage Frame.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if the fact of the matter is that killing the last one won't actually end the mission anyways, I don't care that much.
And there's nothing in the north, so yeah.
Well, we don't know where it's going to spawn from next. I don't know that it always spawns on the sides. It might also spawn north and south.
From what
There's also all these guys up here, but
Yeah.
they're not going to take long.
No. From I remember it alternates, but
Yeah, I figured it probably did.
One more.
that's one.
Might be able to do it from direct in front here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Range 3. Yep.
Bye. Close off the bulkheads. That'll help. My pots and pans.
Fuck me, let's go. Hey.
I'll throw it on Eugene or something. Fuck off.
Bye, Zoc.
He would not pay.
Checks in the mail. Sure.
It's better than an empty slot.
Complete the quest.
Yeah, I believe that quest is just actually destroy the battleship and Izak rather than just surviving out the turns. Again, I don't know how you could not.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. He's over there to soak hits. Distract them.
Whoever's left of them anyways.
I just ended. We took care of the.
No, it's. This is part of the scenario. We're descending in atmosphere.
Yeah, it's just going to do this gradually.
Alright, they spawned 6 Jins.
Yes, they did.
That's right, nuclear reactor. The nuclear reactors and seed restore energy every turn.
Yes.
Yes, he specifically has a Hyper Deuterion system, which restores 10% of max energy each turn.
It means that Minerva can give him energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the hammer. One more than north, one to attack the heavy arms eagle.
Yep.
Spawn 6 more units.
Just fucking wasting my time at this point.
Yes.
Oh, 12.
They're real serious now.
I mean, you could always just pass.
Yeah, they aren't feasibly going to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just...
Let them throw attacks and stuff that's nearby, or
Or
not move at
or
all.
stand still. Sure.
Some of them are smart and don't want any of this shit.
So we are clear here, if you were wondering what that weird like veil effect that keeps triggering over the strike is. If you have the crappy version of phase transition armor like the strike does, it takes energy every turn.
Well, they're batteries. Yeah, but basically, if you're a nuclear one, you're fine. It's just...
Yeah, if you have the crappy version, it takes energy every turn.
All the battery suits basically lose a little bit every turn. Like 5 or 10. Now, it doesn't take it per shot, at least, so it is just a flat cost.
But it is.
But it is, yeah, phase shift.
15 per turn.
Yeah, it consumes 15 per turn.
Whereas if you have variable phase shift armor, which is what they use to designate the variance there, it just does the thing. It doesn't actually take the energy.
Didn't learn the first time.
That was a different one. Actually spawned close enough to... There we go.
Yep.
I mean, I could totally get back to the ship. No real problem. I'm like 5 feet away. It's just, this is cooler.
To rip off another thing from regular Gundam.
Uh huh. I mean, I know on paper it's capable of re-entry, but can it do that? Yes, it can.
Everything is capable of re-entry once.
I mean, again, this is literally just another straight thing where it's like the white base is making re-entry, and so is the Gundam.
Yeah.
They also do it with the Zeta as well. And then the strike exploded.
That's later. Fine, no one ever dies when the strike explodes.
It's true.
Being inside of exploding Gundam is one of the safest places you can be.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, a useless spaceship.
And a whole bunch of useless pilots.
And non-pilots.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to go ahead and call it here today for Super Robot Sundays here on Sound Goblin Gaming. I want to thank you all again for joining us, and thank you again for that first-time chat and follower. We'll be back tomorrow with Poke Mondays, as we're going to start Pokemon Infinite Fusion, a absolutely batshit insane wild time of Pokemon. That's going to run for probably a little while. It's a basically full-length Pokemon game that just also has massively insane Pokemon stuff for it.
It's effectively Fire Red Leaf Green.
Yeah. We'll be back on Tuesday with more Maneater, and Thursday, more Dying Light, and then right back here next Sunday as we continue to suffer through Seed for another few weeks until we get to a handful of side story content and then have to suffer through Destiny. Until then, I've been Bograt.
I've been the Krampus.
I've been Shiv.
I've been Hunter Green.
And I'm Vincent.
Have a good one, everyone.
Yep, goodbye.